G'day, John Canny here. Well, I finally decided to start fitting out the back of the Grenadier. I've been waiting quite a while just to see what's going to become available in Australia. Now, there's been quite a few bits and pieces that we've seen from overseas companies, Black Sheep, Bison and a few others, but now they're starting to arrive here, and we've actually got Australian manufacturers who are making stuff which is really good. So the first thing I've got, and well, the only thing I've got here is the upper shelf. Now here it is. I haven't even opened it yet. It's a standalone rear roof shelf from an organisation or a company called Kaon in Australia. Now, as you can see here, Australian made, so that's really good. I paid $360 they want for these. Well, actually I paid a little bit less, because if you go onto their website and you give them your email details and subscribe or whatever it is to be a member or get all their promotional gear, they give you 5% off. So I took that opportunity and got the 5% off. Other than that, I have no connection whatsoever with Kaon, and I paid the full price for this, and I'm going to install it, show you how I install it, whether it's easy or hard, and see what it's like. Now, before I even open this, I must say I did have a look at the instructions, which seemed pretty simple, but I did note it said maximum weight capacity of 10 kilos. The Bison one, which I've seen around on a few vehicles, their weight limit's 25 kilos, so I'll be interested to see what the quality of this is like. So, okay, first thing I'm going to do is open it and see what's in it. So we're not going to have a great big unboxing of this, because I hate those unboxing videos, so what, but I will show you what we get here. Okay, so here it is. I've got fitting instructions, and they did send me a little video as a copy of this with an email. It looks pretty simple to install. Keep exploring, a bit more advertising, some screws, nuts and bolts. Got the brackets here, which let's have a quick look at those. Okay, so the brackets look nicely made, that's for sure, so that's a good sign. Nuts and bolts, check that away. Let's have a look at what the actual shelf looks like. Okay, so it looks like a nice bit of kit actually. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I'm sure that's going to hold everything that I want to put up there. That's all, but we'll see. Okay, so I just put these aside. Okay, the first thing I need to do here is, because I've already got the cargo barrier, the instructions say to remove that. So I've got to remove that, and I'm going to put it back, by the way, but it's got to come off first. So we go over here. These are pretty easy to remove. I've just got to undo this, and there's a wing nut underneath. That's all it is, and I've done the other side. So now I just lift this up. I think it should pop out. Okay, that's off. Took a little bit of wiggling to get it off, to be honest. Okay, now these are the brackets. Now what I understand from this is required that I now need to remove these plastic covers up here. Oh. One off. Okay, so now I noticed straight away that there's a small screw holding this one in as well. So I need to get a torch and take that screw out. So that's a T25 torque, so I just used to get that little screw there. That was in the back of that, like that. Okay, so that's off, so do the other side. So I've taken those plastic covers off. And here are the bits and pieces that I've got. Now, the instructions are pretty clear on this. First thing I do is I get one of these black screws and I pop it through this hole. And then on the other side, I put one of these. And then I put a little O-ring in there, push that into that little recess. So make sure when you put that on, that little recess is on the outside so that the O-ring goes in there. And all the purpose of the O-ring is so that everything doesn't fall off when you're trying to mount it. So there's one at the back and one at the front. On goes the O-ring, just to hold it on. I've put the spacers on, little O-rings to keep it all together. And the important thing is to make sure these little riv nuts or at the front here face the front of the car. When they say face the front, be careful you don't do what I did and thought it meant face the front this way, which is the back way, which is not the front. So it was anyway, they've got to face the front. So then put this in here, we just screw this on here and then we tighten those up. Nice. I'll tighten those up and then we're going to put the one on the other side and then we'll come back and we'll put the cargo barrier back. Okay, so I've struck a bit of a problem. I'm about to put my cargo barrier back. This is the Ineos cargo barrier. I've got the brackets on up there, which you've seen. And it says in the instructions, all it says is if you're reinstalling the Ineos cargo barrier, then put the bushes over the end of the upper mount to stop any rattles because you're no longer using this. So I have these bushes. These are 2 bushes. They're the only bushes that have come with the kit. Now, there's no way, I'm not really sure about how this is supposed to go because it doesn't seem to fit anywhere. You know, it's no good just putting it there because that's got to go behind the metal. It looks to me, because there's like a rebate in there, that this is supposed to fit over this metal bit and provide the spacer, which would normally be provided by the thickness of that. The trouble is, that's 21 mil and that's 25 mil. So there's no way, no matter what I do, that I can get this to go over there. So, unfortunately it's 4:45 and I've tried to ring Kaon, no answer, no message, nothing. So I will give them a ring tomorrow because either I'm doing it completely wrong or they've given me the wrong size bushes. Okay, so I'm back. It's Tuesday morning and last Thursday when I was fitting the cargo barrier with the shelf, I ran into the problem with these rubber bushes because I couldn't figure out how to get them over the end of here, which is where they're supposed to go. So after about half an hour of desperately trying, I gave up and I rang Kaon and they got back to me within a few minutes and explained to me, well, what I said to them was, I've got a bit of a problem fitting this rack. And they said, is it to do with the rubber bushes? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, it is. Ah, yes, we've had a bit of trouble with those. We've got a new set in a kit that we'll send out to you, which they did. So that came Thursday. That was Thursday. I got these, even though they sent them out express post, I got them Monday afternoon. So it's now Tuesday morning, and this is what I got. Nice little packet came out, and it says a few new bits. We never stop trying to improve, even after something is packed. Inside this box are a few components we have since revised to ensure you get a better product. Then it's got components, 2 updated bushings for Ineos M1 factory cargo barrier compatibility. If you are installing our storage rack, well, it's spelled it wrong, in conjunction with the Ineos M1 factory cargo barrier, we have revised our bushing to improve the installation experience. Well, more than improve it, they've revised it to make it possible. Use these in place of the ones included in the main bolt kit, step 12 of the instructions, and then goes in to tell me to push them over here and whatnot. Now that's great. So I'm hopefully these are going to fit. If I had a tip for Kaon, I would say, if you know there's a problem, whack these in the box or stick them to the outside of the box before you send it out. Not trying to be critical, but that might be helpful. Anyway, the product looks good. I'm going to take these out now. All right, 1, 2. And they should go over here this time and then slip, oops, over the, that's better. That's it, that's where they go. Beautiful. Wow. So I'll just do the other one.
Go.
Okay, so now I'm going to pop this up, and hopefully it will be a relatively easy process to pop these in. That one goes in that side, and oops. Nothing's ever relatively simple, but so I've got the cargo barrier back in, got the bushes in. Took a little bit of fiddling to get it in, but nothing major. So it's back in. It's certainly, with those bushes, nice and solid and not going to rattle. So now it is just a matter, I believe, of sliding this shelf in like this, and there she goes. Now, some adjusting holes along there as to where I want to slide it. I might bring it as forward to there, so it's closer to the back door because it's pretty high. And a handful of bolts that I've got here to pop in there. These little bolts go in there. And that's it. So I'll just bolt her up and we'll see what it looks like when it's finished. There's the finished product, and I must say, very pleased with it. It's going to store a lot of stuff up there. I've got a first aid kit and a jump starter and just a mat over the other side there, but I'll be able to put a lot more in there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, 10 kilo weight limit they say on it. Now, I think 25 kilos of the bison would certainly be a lot stronger, but not necessarily what you require. Obviously there's going to be more weight in it the heavier it is, and I think I'll be able to put everything up there that I need without any problem. I think it's nicely made, it looks nice in the car, it was relatively simple to install. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it, and yes, I'd recommend it. It's much cheaper than bringing the one in from Europe, and it's also Australian made, which is always what we're looking for, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, I'd recommend it. Just make sure if you order one of these, you mention them. They might send you out the right bushes. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll be going overseas for a little while, then I'll be back and we'll get some more videos running. I know it's been a bit quiet at the moment, but we'll be back soon. Thanks.